Let's prepare on Muller-Bresler's principle. So in the previous lecture, we have seen about the influence line diagram and the basic concept for that. So in this lecture, we'll be solving the problems. So before solving the problems, let us see this principle, that is Muller-Bresler's principle, because this will help us to solve the problem quickly, okay? So first let us see this and then we'll be solving the problem. So this is for what means to create the ILD shape. So in some questions they will be just asking you the shape of the ILD, not any values or any bending moment, nothing, okay? So if that is the case, means you can use this principle to find out the shape of the ILD easily. But this will not give you the ordinate values, whereas we will be finding the ordinate values manually, no? But this method we cannot find that, only the shape alone we can find using this method, okay? The next thing is, this is the main definition for this Muller-Bresler's principle, that is the deflected shape of a structure when restraint is removed and unit rotation or unit displacement is applied there. Okay, so if you are having a fixed support A and a free end B, like that means at A, if you want to find the reaction at A. So reaction means it is what? It is a vertical reaction, okay? But in fixed support we have three reactions: vertical, horizontal and moment. If that is the case, means you have to remove the restraint. That is the question, that is the definition given here. So remove means you have to remove the vertical reaction there. So now you will be having horizontal and moment alone, that is rotation alone. So it means what? It can move vertically, and apply the unit rotation or unit displacement there. So when it is a reaction, you should apply unit displacement there. When it is a moment, you have to apply unit rotation there. So when you apply this, how the structure will be deflected, like that you have to analyze. So the deflected shape of the structure will give you the ILD of the structure. So when you see this with the example, it will be clear for you. So here ILD for a cantilever beam. So I have taken a cantilever beam AB. A is the fixed support and B is the free end, and the point is there at C. So it is just a point, not any internal hinge or nothing, okay? Because while we are going for shear force and all, we need section, no? So that I have placed this C here. So the distance is B and A, okay? So the first thing is we are going to find the reaction at A, the ILD diagram for the reaction at A. So normally, as we saw in the definition, what I told you, we have to remove the restraint reaction and apply a unit displacement or rotation there, okay? So here at A, so at A it is a fixed support. So fixed support means we have one vertical reaction, one horizontal reaction and also one moment, okay? So out of these, you have to remove the vertical reaction. So it means that it will be a roller like fixed support which can move along the vertical direction. So when you see this diagram, you can see that. So it can move. So this is the diagram, means it can move like this in the upward and downward direction, okay? While coming for the B, in the B section, if you see, means it is a free end. So free end means it does not impart any force or any support to the structure. So whatever happens in the A will automatically being done there also, okay? So when you lift this structure here, this also will be lifted like this. So you can see this shape of deflection is happening in the structure. So this will be the influence line diagram for the RA. So on the left side I have drawn the ILD diagram. So that is your ILD for reaction RA, okay? The next diagram is for moment at A. So for moment at A means at the point A, you should remove the rotation moment, okay? So it means that you will be having only vertical and horizontal reactions, okay? So here I have drawn that, and you have to apply a unit rotation there. So I have applied the unit rotation here. So theta is equal to 1. So when theta is equal to 1 means this and this dimension should be equal. So here it is A plus B, no? So here also it will be A plus B only. So in the whole I have written as L like that, okay? So this is for moment at A. The next case is for shear force at section C, okay? So at C. So as we saw before, we have to remove the support there and you have to apply the diffraction there. But in section C, there is no reaction or nothing is there. So you can just leave that point. And the next point you have to apply, that is you have to apply the unit displacement there. So I have applied a unit displacement there. So when you apply unit displacement, this will move automatically in the upward direction, whereas this is also a free end, so it does not impart any strength or any pull here, so it also will be deflecting upwards. So the structure will be moved like this. So the deformation will be like this. So this is the diagram for the shear force at section C, ILD diagram. Okay, the next case is moment at C. So again at the C point we have to remove something, but there is no reactions there, so we can leave that. You have to apply the unit rotation because this is a moment. So when you apply unit rotation, theta is equal to 1. So this dimension and this should be equal. So it is A is equal to A. In this case, that is in theta is equal to 1, you can find the ordinate value A here. But in other cases, it's difficult to find the ordinate values. Okay. So let us see the another example, that is ILD for the statically indeterminate structure. So this is also a same cantilever beam only, but it's not having a free end, it's having a roller support at the free end. Okay, when this is happening, you will be getting some changes here, because in there whatever deformation happened, the free end is also supposed to have that deformation, but here it cannot occur because here a support is there. Okay, so first let us see the ILD for reaction at A. So as we saw before, you have to remove the vertical reaction and you have to apply the unit displacement at A. So I have applied like this and this. It will move in the vertical reaction, that is same only, but in the point B it is not supposed to move because it is a roller support or hinged support there. So the ILD diagram will be like this, or the deformation also will be like this. So ILD diagram for reaction at RA will be this. Okay, and then moment at A. So I have removed the moment at A and I have applied the theta is equal to 1 rotation there. So your structure will be deformed like this because this is a hinge support, therefore moment at A ILD diagram will be like this only. And the third thing is reaction at B. So ILD diagram for reaction at B, here we have only one reaction here, so we have to remove that and you have to apply a unit displacement there. Okay, so when you apply a unit displacement here, this will move upwards, but here it is a fixed support, it can't move in the horizontal and also in the vertical reaction, so it will be 0 only. So the diagram will be like this. So ILD will be RB, ILD for RB will be like this only. So this is how you can judge the shape of the ILD with respect to the deformation of that structure. So now let us see some problems related to the previous lecture and this also. So first question, so here I have taken a simply supported beam with the UDL at the center. So it is having total of 6 plus 2 8 16 meter span, and the UDL is of 4 meter span, and it is located very center, that is the section that divides the UDL and that section we can divide the beam is same. So this we have seen already, no, the UDL should be placed like that to get the maximum bending moment. So this is the case and they have asked for the absolute maximum bending moment. Okay, so when this is the case, the UDL should be placed according to the section, but here the section is not given, so you can take the center of the span itself. So here it is taken as the center of the span, means if you are taking like this, the UDL is also cut similar to that, left side 2 meter and right side 2 meter, and the beam is also like that only, left side 8 meter and right side 8 meter. Okay, so you can draw the ILD for bending moment like this. So this we have studied already, and the value for the ordinate is x into L minus x divided by L. So this also we have studied. So you can apply that. So x will be the distance from here to here. Okay, so it is 8, and this side is also it is 8. So 8 into 8 divided by total distance, that is 16, which is equal to 4 meters. So now you got the value for the highest ordinate. Now you have to find these two ordinates also, because the area between the UDL, that is only needed for you to find the bending moment. So you have to find the next ordinate. So by using the similar triangle principle, you can find this ordinate, because this is a triangle, no? So I have applied here by similar triangle. This is 8, so 8 by 4 will give you 6. This is 6, no, this distance, so 6 by x. So the x is 3 meter, so we can find this ordinate as 3 meter. Okay, so now we have got the ordinates 4, 3, and here if you see, means the diagram is like this, that is under the UDL it is, under the UDL it is like this. Okay, so it means that it is one trapezoidal and it is another trapezoidal, and the values of ordinates is also same. So you can find the area of the trapezoidal and multiply it by 2 times. Okay, so next we can come for this formula. Maximum bending moment is equal to intensity into area of the ILD. If it is a point load, means you'll be directly multiplying the load into the ordinate, but when it is a UDL, you have to take the area of that UDL. Okay, so here intensity is 30 into area of the ILD, so 2 times the area of the trapezoidal. So area of the trapezoidal is half A plus B into H. So here A is 4 meters and B is 3 meters, and the L is, that is the distance, it is 2 meters. Okay, so it is 1 by 2, 4 plus 3 into 2. So when you are multiplying everything, you will be getting 420 kilonewton meter. So this is the absolute maximum bending moment of this structure. Question number 2. So here a beam is given and they have to find ILD for the reaction at B. Okay, so whatever be the reaction, you can use the IL, that is Muller-Bressla's principle. So as we saw that if it is a point, means you have to apply the unit displacement there. Okay, so here at B they have asked, so here at this point B you have to apply a unit displacement. Okay, so we have applied the unit displacement. So now you see the diagrams below. Here you have a overhanging support. After D you have a overhanging support. Okay, so in the previous lecture we have seen when there is a overhanging beam, you should neglect that and you should consider the remaining structure as a simply supported structure, and you have to just extend that line because it will be having the same rotation. Okay, but when you see these three options, in this only in the third option they are extended like that. You can see here after D it has extended like this. This has the same rotation here and also the same rotation here, whereas in this case it is not extending, it is bisecting here. Okay, and in this case it does not at all similar to that diagram. So with this principle you can find that option C is the right answer. So here option 3 is your right answer. Question number 3. So here a beam is given and they have asked the ILD for reaction at C. So obviously we know that at C you have to apply 1. So at C you have to apply 1. So when you see the three diagrams, this will be failing because at C it is 0. So obviously it will be wrong only. So when you come to the next two diagrams, and we can apply the next idea, we know that, no, that is, this is a overhanging support. So it has to be extending here. So it is also extending, it is also extending. So it cannot be used for judgment of the answer. So now let us see the next sides. So there is a difference here. There is extending here, but here it is not extending. Okay, but here we have a support reaction at A and we won't remove any forces from there. So when you have a support reaction there, obviously it will be extending like this only from there. So here option 2 is only the right answer. Question number 4. So here a beam is given and they have asked the ILD for reaction at D. So we know that if it is at D means, so vertical reaction, so you should apply 1 here. So the first option will be wrong, and in the other three options it is all 1 only. So you can see in detail. Okay, so when you go to the next option, here at the point C there is a internal hinge is given. So internal hinge means what? It will not transfer the forces or moment to the other side of the beam. So when this is the case and a unit deformation is applied here, the structure will be lifting here at the point D. But at the point C it cannot lift, so automatically it will be 0 only. Okay, the only answer that is having 0 at the point C is option B only. So you can go for option B. So like this you have to apply some basic concept from the Muller-Bresla and the overhanging beam structure, and this reaction supports internal hinge and all. No? So with all these you can apply and you can find the shape of the ILD. Okay, mostly in the objective questions they'll be asking the shape of the ILD only. So you practice with different types of questions, so you'll be very clear with this concept. Thank you and keep watching for the next lecture.